Yo, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Exotic Agent Podcast. I got my boy Brandon Childs here in the house. Just brought me some coffee, iced coffee. Everybody knows what's up, how to get this day started. But so Brandon here is an awesome dude. Many of you guys might not know him, but he is a mortgage lender. He is an LO. He is the guy behind the scenes that makes these loans happen. And we might touch base a little bit on that, but he's a golfer. What else? Father of three?
Yeah.
Three. So this guy is a machine. And Brandon and I, we met day one of me getting a real estate license. So we've been in contact ever since. But tell me a little bit more about what's going on in your life, man.
Too much. Dude, I don't know the last time we talked about it, but Jackson is 3. Have you seen any of my videos I posted about him?
Yeah, a couple. Actually, tell him about the Tic-Toc that went viral. That video was awesome.
Well, dude, ever since he's been born, luckily we had the COVID year. Yeah. And so for that whole first year and a half of his life, we were together constantly.
And this kid's literally obsessed with you.
Dude, we're best friends.
Every time I call you,
yeah,
he's like, Dad, let's go play. Dad, let's go do this. So you're best friends. Like, he is a daddy's boy 100%, 3-year-old.
Yeah, dude. He is all sports. Everything that I love, he loves. So last night, he figured out how to land a front flip on the trampoline.
Nice.
And so it's like 9:30 at night, and he's all jacked doing front flips. And recently, we had some wind, and our trampoline blew over.
Yep, I remember having that as a kid.
So our net is all mangled and broken.
Do you have one of those nets that wrap around the trampoline so it doesn't fall off? Okay.
Yeah, and so it's a 14-foot trampoline, and this kid is 3 years old, hopping around doing front flips, and now there's no net.
Oh,
it's
dude, that's
open.
Scary. Has he fallen off yet?
No.
I am really good on a trampoline, actually. Believe
you?
it or not. Yeah. I'm doing backflips. I'm doing side spins.
Do a backflip right
I'm doing it. I can't do it right here. I have to have springs. But I'm killing it on the trampolines. But I have fallen off so many times. You know what the worst part is?
What is?
Is he's going to learn how he's a man. You know how he's going to learn how he's a man? When he falls in between the springs.
I know.
Boom.
Well, we have that cover. So there's a cover on the springs.
Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah, I didn't have that. I wasn't rich enough to have that growing up.
Comes stock.
But wait until that cover falls off and both of his legs go in between the springs. Boom.
Oh, dude.
As a man. So he's doing front flips. Is he doing backflips?
He tries, but he's close to breaking his neck.
He is?
Yeah.
Are you on the trampoline with him, like bouncing him?
No, I used to be when he was little.
Yeah.
I'd jump on it with him. I think that's why he loves it so much.
Now he doesn't want you up there?
No, he wants me to, but now I'm too big.
You are?
I feel like I could break it.
Oh, he's gonna fly so high?
Well, that, or I might go through it.
Oh, really? No way. Dude, yeah, right.
250
COVID, bro.
Yeah, dude. Gained a couple.
That's hilarious. So I used to tell my dad that I want him to bounce me all the time. So I'd start jumping up and down, and then I'd catch his
double
bounce. Oh, man. I was airborne for days.
I know. It feels like forever.
I didn't know how I was coming back down. A couple of times I came down pretty hard on my neck.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That
hasn't happened yet?
So Aiden, the oldest, he's 10, so he doesn't really understand how the neck works. And so he will bounce Jackson, and Jackson's 3 and fragile, so his body looks like he's about to break.
Yeah.
Pops back, So he's broke his neck that way a few times, but
literally not literally broken, but almost you thought it snapped. Because dude, how did
enough to make you get out of the chair.
How did you you had to put your beer down?
Yeah, exactly.
And actually worry about the kids. That's hilarious. So, okay, father of 3, one of them is obsessed with you. Every time I'm calling, he wants to do things. And then you had this Tic-Toc video. It went viral.
That's right.
It went absolutely viral. What, 100,000? Are you almost at 1 million views? I thought you were in the hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, millions for sure.
You're in the millions for sure?
Yeah.
And this is when TikTok first came. This is when COVID first hit.
Yeah.
And you are, what song is on the TikTok?
So it is Beer Can by Luke Combs. Mm-hmm. You ever heard it?
Yes.
Just from
TikTok? From your TikTok, yeah.
So the song, it's like, nothing can pick me up like a beer can. But it's lined up perfectly because I pass him a water bottle. He pushes it away. I pass him like a bottle of milk. He pushes it away, and I pass him a beer, and he grabs for it and tries to drink it. Right,
he tries to
cue.
drink the beer.
Yeah.
Right on cue.
Yeah.
And did he even know what you were doing?
No, he had no clue.
Hilarious. You guys, I'm going to put a link in that below. It's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Millions of views.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was just like some video my wife started recording.
Just
it was
randomly.
not planned or anything.
Not
just
planned.
Happened. Yeah.
And then you put the song on top of it. You didn't cut it at all.
Didn't cut it at all. The song
Perfect
just fit. Yeah.
All the video guys out there, you know how that works. It's amazing when it just fits perfect and you don't have to edit it. I've been there several times before.
I'm not a video guy.
I love it.
I just got lucky.
Killed it.
The video's so low quality.
But you crushed it on TikTok.
Yeah,
and
TikTok
crushing
loved
it, all you did was post it.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's insane. So the power of social media. Leading into my next segment, what came of that video?
I got, I think from that video alone, I got like 20,000 followers.
20,000 followers. What about sliding to the DM? Anybody want to date you? Anybody want to do nasty things to you? Anybody want to get a mortgage?
Man, yeah, mortgages.
Really?
Definitely. Once that went viral and everybody started looking at my page, I changed my
your
whatever
name,
it's called.
Your title.
My title. Yeah, I put all my information in there.
Nice. Did you close any deals or come close?
I've got applications. Haven't closed any yet, but
that's amazing.
Yeah.
So that could potentially be a deal, or it's something that you're going to nurture, but you have their information now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
Sent a Father's Day card out.
Yes.
Last week over somebody that I got from
that video.
Yeah.
Wow. Insane. The power of social media.
Yeah. And that's without trying.
That's without even
Imagine
trying.
putting in effort.
Yeah. We put in so much effort for the podcast and everything like that. And, we get like maybe 50 views for right now, 100 views. You got over 1 million. That is insane. Absolutely insane. Pure. So everybody is powering on TikTok right now. Do you think that the platform, so from that video, did other videos trickle down from that? Like, did your next post go? Did your next post go? Did you get any DMs from that? Like, do you have, what am I trying to say? Do you have people that are loyal from that video? Or is it just a one-off?
So I didn't capitalize. I just left it at that video. I never posted another one.
You never posted
I
another?
Still have not posted.
You have
another
not
video.
posted. You have one video, or you
have three?
3 videos from before and then that
have
video.
Like,
dude,
2,500 views.
Dude, you've got to post more.
I know
videos.
I know.
Oh my gosh, a million hits. Oh, and you also got paid on it. I remember you telling me, "Yo, TikTok just paid me. How much have you made so far?"
$200.
$200.
Yeah,
it's enough for a party, a keg.
Yeah,
a beer.
Yeah,
but $200 without even trying.
Yeah,
just think if you had that story where you take that $200 and then you keep multiplying that through social media to get more clients.
Yeah,
power of social without even trying.
You can touch so many people.
Yeah, millions of hits.
Yeah,
off of your son almost drinking a beer.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Isn't that wild?
That's so wild, man.
It's weird how it works out. But yeah, so that's it. Dad, loan officer, outdoorsman.
Outdoorsy. Yeah. Golfer?
Yeah, golfer. I mean, I wouldn't consider myself necessarily a golfer. I mean, I play golf.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
You get out there.
Yeah.
You wear your bad birdie shirts. I've seen that on social media.
Yeah.
So Brandon and I met when I first got my mortgage license, or I'm sorry, first got my real estate license. We met at an open house through a mutual friend. And then COVID hit. All of a sudden, the worst thing that could ever, worst thing at the time, yeah, and now we're going through something else. But when COVID hit, we thought that we were doomed forever. I mean, no homes were selling. We met at an open house. Quite a few people came. Then that was March of 20?
Yeah.
20, March of 20 we met, and then wiped out. And I'm like, is this what is happening? And so we went through a pause for a really long time. I had a listing at the time. I set that listing for 120 days straight doing open houses. You came a couple times, and I'm like, Brandon, what is going on? I can't sell a house.
That was on Miller and Osborne?
Yeah, Miller and Osborne. I can't sell a house. What's going on? And you're like, everything's locked up. COVID really took a huge effect on us.
Yeah.
And then after that.
Yeah, 2 days later.
You guys started on fire,
like
refi. So tell me, what was that transition of What were the rates during COVID? Do you remember?
They were probably like the good point, or
right like in the middle, like during, yeah. So what was it in the beginning of COVID?
Low fours.
Okay, low fours. So like 3.8, which is still good.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And then they ended up dropping down into the twos.
So they stayed in like 3.8 all during COVID?
No. During COVID, it started to drop pretty quick. It was just the first couple months.
Where 3.8, nobody's buying. Everybody's freaking out. Market crash.
Yeah.
Then it goes, 3.5, 3.2. This is with good credit, by the way, right?
Yeah.
And then we're going to threes.
Yeah.
And then the rates were low. Did people start buying right away when the rates were at threes, or were they still scared of COVID? Because this is more of your world. My world was just, I'm out there looking for buyers.
It feels like this is the first time I've been able to breathe in 2 years. Like it happened so fast, and you got busy so quick.
Mm-hmm. With refis,
with purchase too. I mean,
that's true.
People were buying investment properties.
Yep, all of a sudden.
Yeah, people were buying new primaries. People, rates are low. People are wanting to buy, upgrade, get a bigger house, something to grow into, growing families.
Yep.
So, I mean, you could afford so much more with low rates.
What was that process like though for you when during COVID? Like, what was it like? Did you come to like a stagnant where you had no business?
I mean, it did for a second. I can't remember the exact details because I had just made a job change and I was going to a new company, and pretty much, a couple months after I got to the new company is when COVID hit, and we had to start working from home because somebody in the office got infected and nobody knew what it was. So we're working from home, and before, I think it was a lot of face-to-face interaction and meeting with people, but then COVID brought in the Zoom, and social media kind of blew up, I think, a little bit more. A lot of people were
pounding the streets hard for social media.
Yeah. And so it took a minute for me to adjust to that, I think the weird thing was people started to, set up Zoom meetings versus meeting for happy hour or whatever.
Yeah.
And so getting used to that was super weird for me, because in person I feel like you can make such a bigger impact than, meeting you over Zoom for the first time.
So you're saying like once people figured out that we can still communicate, we can still move, we can still groove.
Yeah.
After a while, they're like, okay, now we're taking a breather and we can buy some homes. So when we met in 2020, right? So like you had like very little business, right? Because COVID had first started. And people weren't buying, and the refis weren't there, or it was still steady for you?
So for me, what happened was I started in a call center.
Oh, I see.
And so
okay.
In a call center, you're just calling leads all day. And
then pawning it to somebody else.
And then as a retail loan officer, my business is going out and finding new business and earning, maybe you can earn a little bit more on each deal when you generate the lead.
But you didn't do that until after we met. I understand now.
Until right when we met. Like when you were brand new in real estate, I was basically brand new in this side of
lead gen.
Lending. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So all the business that I started doing was, deals from realtors that I had met for lunch or coffee or whatever the case was at that point, which was completely different then.
Yeah.
And then, that was kind of like, that was just like lead chasing. So then what I started doing is building relationships and nurturing the relationships that I've met from all the people I've known in Arizona since I've lived here. And so all of my business has always been relationship based. And so when COVID hit and I could no longer like get in person and go to fantasy football drafts or all these little things that we would do and just connect with people all the time, like I was in a volleyball league. I was, there's always something where I was, and all that shut down.
Yeah.
And that was a huge part of my business in generating business. Like it all came from relationships.
And you had just started building those relationships or needing to use those relationships.
Exactly. Yeah. And getting out and telling people, showing them what I do.
I didn't know this. Yeah. So you're just as new as me theoretically and looking for new clients.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's awesome.
And then the refi boom hit, And then people who I had done loans for in 2017.
During your call center times.
Yes.
Oh,
remembered me.
Oh, amazing.
And they call and, hey, remember you did my purchase X amount of years ago?
Wow.
I want to look at refinancing. I heard rates are low.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, yeah.
We're in the 3.1s, maybe going into the 2s
I mean,
slowly.
No, because when I got to the new company, rates were not even above 3. They were already down in the 2s. And then, so after things were flowing, you were doing tons of business. Everybody was raving about how low of a rate you got them. All their friends are calling you. All their family members are calling you. So, so you got wrapped up in the refi boom, and it was just, it
took
going.
off. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the Fed was like, hey, we're going to put half a basis point fee on refinances, kind of to slow things down, because I think it was just going way too fast.
Yeah.
People were taking, and so that kind of got scary for a little while. Rates started to go up. People started to get nervous again, but then they dropped back down.
But going up was still in the 3s, though.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a great refi for many people, because you said you had some clients that were in the 7s.
Yeah. Down payment assistance. When
that
I
were
first
questioning if they should refi with you
Yes.
at like 3.5 or something like that.
Right. Well, part of that is because they did down payment assistance, and you're probably familiar.
Yes.
Like, if you refinance before whatever the period is on that program, you have to pay the down payment assistance back.
I got it. Okay.
So some of them had to do a cash out versus, or I mean, I guess you wouldn't have to do a cash out on that scenario, but still, even a cash out had super low rates then.
Yeah, and it made sense for them.
Yeah.
But you were like the go-to guy. All of a sudden, boom, like at the end of COVID or towards when those rates dropped, you guys just were on fire. I couldn't even get a hold of you for almost a half a year.
Yeah.
You were swamped.
I mean,
like,
let's clarify. You could get a hold of me.
I could get a hold of you.
We just maybe didn't connect in person.
That's right. I could get a hold of you
Always.
after a couple calls, because your call back to me, Zach, I'm swamped, bro. Let me call you after work. Swamped, which is amazing, because what we're seeing right now is like people are scared to buy homes. The rates are 6.3 now.
Yeah. But I mean, that's not, really, again, it's still such a low rate in the grand scheme.
Yeah.
Like,
our parents were paying like 20%.
oh yeah.
You know,
And they didn't even
credit
bat
cards.
an eye.
Yeah.
But that's like my biggest confusion in all of this. Like, things are going great. Interest rates are super low. People are like, I'm going to buy this house for $100,000 over list.
Last month,
Yeah. And
100,000
now
over list.
they don't want to come in at ask because they're scared of
If the market, I think
little rate.
they're more scared like if the market is truly going to crash. I think
Yeah, but
that's
this
what they
is your
might be
forever
scared of.
home, right? Are you buying
It is
your forever
forever,
home?
and
It's
it's
not your
going to go
forever
back
rate.
up. No matter what, it's going to go back up.
Of course, it
No
always
matter
does.
what.
It's a cycle.
Yes, it's like this.
Yeah, I mean,
Up and
but it's
down.
also like this, because every couple of years you just have to reset. I mean, there's the thing, inflation has to be controlled.
Yeah,
And the way you control inflation is through bonds.
and you raise them all.
Yeah.
You raise it all, and that's what's happening right
And
now.
then it'll drop. So it works like inflation, bonds. It needs to be level.
They both can't.
So
yeah,
so if one's high, the other has to balance it out.
yeah.
And that's where we are right now.
That's the only way to control it.
Yeah.
And people
that's
are. Go ahead.
No, I mean, that's just how historically things have gone. So it's nothing to, I don't know why everybody's so worked up.
Yeah, I think the major thing of as a real estate agent, what I'm seeing is these houses aren't selling. So I think in a month, I think we're going to see price drops. I think, for example, let's say that we have a $500,000 home, and someone buys that home for $500,000, and it's going to go down to $400,000, and they're going to be paying 6% on it. Well, when they see that value that the home's only worth $400,000 and they paid $500,000 and they're paying a high interest rate on it, they think it's a loss, right? But if it's a forever home, they still have their job, their payments have never changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's still that home that they love and adore from the day that they bought it.
Right.
And they're paying a high interest rate, compared to last year. For now. And then next year, what if that house is then $1 million? And then what if the interest rates are then 3 and they refinance?
Which they will.
Well, what if they never made that purchase in the first place? What if they came across this house that they absolutely love, but they're like, whoa, I can't do it. It's not the right time. It doesn't feel right. Social media's telling me no. Everybody's saying not do it. I think it's the wrong mindset.
That's when you miss out.
It's when you miss out.
Yeah.
I think it's the wrong mindset. But it's just so weird that people last year were paying $100,000 over. I had this client just recently that we locked in this home. Man, we went to battle for it, and it was $980,000, and the list price was like $940,000, and we went to battle, and they're $980,000. They're gonna Airbnb it, and I went over to their house a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, "Hey guys, the market's changing rapidly." They're like, "Yeah, we know." I go, "But you have to understand." You may think that you overpaid. I couldn't really gauge them very well of where they were.
Yeah.
They did pay cash, but then they refinanced, and I don't know what rate they got, maybe a 5 or 6, but then they're going to Airbnb, so then it's going to be cash flow, which is going to make them money, so it offsets the high expense of 6%. And I was like, the market's changing rapidly, and they said, yeah, we know. Everybody knows. But I was like, if this house came on the market again right now at 6%, it's still going to be the same price. It's still going to be $940,000. The price drops have not happened yet. It's still the same. And this location is prime. Like when I sold them this house, I said, we're battling for this specific home because this is prime location. And they wanted it and they wanted it. And so we went after it. I think if that house still came on the market to this day, I think there might be a battle over it. Like there's still battles going on out there in the market.
Yeah, there are. And that's why you have to have a strategic offer.
Yeah.
Like everything has to be strategic to help your buyer win.
And it doesn't mean that when you find the house that they're going to take your lowball offer either.
No, because this is what I'm doing. This is what I've been doing on the past couple offers that we've put out is don't steal my tricks. So, I mean, I'm sure everybody's doing kind of the same thing. They always do. But say the house is listed for $500,000, and obviously the market is slowing down. Houses are staying on the market much longer.
Yeah, like 15 days, 20 days.
Right,
they're getting there.
So why not come in at 505? That way, in the contract, the seller is going to buy down your interest rate for you. So then you have that 1 point covered with the $5,000. They still get the $500 that they asked for. They get to move the house because that's really all they want.
Yep.
On to the next thing for them. Everybody's happy. Win-win.
Yeah.
And then you don't, I don't know if you're familiar. I'm sure you are. But the points and fees test with the mortgage.
A little bit.
You can only charge X amount of fees based on the loan amount.
Okay. Yeah. Regulation.
Right.
Yeah.
And for QM. And so with that, if a seller buys down your rate, seller concessions don't apply to that. That can wipe out the fees test. So you could say you want to buy the house for $510 with the seller giving you $10,000 toward your rate buy down. You could buy it down 2 points. Plus, if you want to buy it down a little more on your own, all of a sudden you're back down in the, low 5s, high 4s, just in your strategic offer.
For the purchase price or interest rates?
Interest rate. You buy it down with the seller concession.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay,
the seller
you're
still
buying
gets
down the
everything
rate.
that they want. Yeah, but the seller's paying for it. You're paying for it through closing, but I mean, with the seller paying for it, it doesn't apply to that points and fees test.
I kind of understand.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to go into detail, but the reality is
there's
ways to buy your rate down.
You can buy the rate down. You can still get in the 4s if you truly want to. You just put a little bit more cash up front, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Wow. You guys hear that? Hit Brandon up if you want to learn more. I'm going to put his info in the description below. But it's still possible to get lower rates. You're just buying them down.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just strategically buying it down so it doesn't hurt as bad. Because realistically, you're probably only going to be in your loan, until rates drop. Whenever that happens, people are going to refinance.
You're refinancing, yeah.
But on average, people are in their loans for 5 to maybe 7 years max.
Really, that long?
Yeah. Yeah, unless
Unless there's like a crazy boom, like what just happened in the 2s, yeah.
But on average,
I've been in mine 5 or 6 years, I think.
See?
FHA loan.
And you're ready to refi.
It doesn't bother me. I bought this house for cheap.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't, it doesn't bother me where I'm at now. I wasn't ready at the time to refi when the rates went low, but I'm still at a lower rate and my payment's the same. At the end of the day, people just want to know what their payments are. If like they're paying PMI, private mortgage insurance, and it's $200 to $300, but their payments are staying the same and they can consistently make that, that's all that matters at the end of the day. It's 100%. Just all about payments.
Yeah. And being able to tell your neighbor that you got the lowest rate.
Yeah.
I swear that's what people care about.
Yeah, I know. Dude, I'm in the threes. I can't touch my house. But then here's another thing that people are running into is that if they get in the twos or threes, for example, they have a ton of equity in their homes. They can't pull that out now unless they do a HELOC, which is a second
and it works like
mortgage.
A line of credit.
But they can't touch that loan ever again unless they're going to get hit with the current market rates. Is that true?
I mean, it is, but it depends on the situation. Like, if you think about racking up all your credit card debt, right, and you're paying huge amounts of interest on it, 20% interest on credit cards, all of a sudden your payments are getting a little bit out of control.
Right.
A lot of people are going to look to refinancing their house, getting that rate into the, sixes. Yeah. Pay off the credit card debt at 20. And you're still winning because your monthly payments are going to be much lower.
Yeah. So even if all of you people out there and you're bragging about, oh, my house rate is at 2%, I got it, congrats. However, there's going to come a point in time, maybe, where they're going to want to get out of that because they're in a financial situation.
It's all situational.
Or they want to buy another home, or they want to do something else. So it's great that they saved, a ton of money at 2.3%, but eventually, your moral of the story is that everybody eventually gets out of their rate.
Always. They want to do, you always want to do more. Right. So you want to buy an investment property now. You have the equity in your house. Why not pull that equity? Obviously pay a little bit higher interest rate.
Even at 6.
But really, then you're buying another property. It's bringing in revenue, building equity.
It's paying off your primary property at 6%, and you're still making money.
Your net worth is still just climbing.
You have to. And I preach about it, but I've never done it yet. The Burr method, pulling money out. I'm still trying to find a way to pull money out of my personal house. So I'm preaching it, but I haven't done it yet. But my eyes are wide open for my second property.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're just looking for a screaming deal. You're trying to do cash.
I'm looking for a screaming deal.
I know, but I can show you the way.
Yeah. Brandon is the guy. We're on the phone every other day. I'm like, Brandon, what's going on? Yeah, he's like, well, this is what's going on. This is your guy. If you guys have any mortgage questions, definitely drop in the comments below his information. But enough about mortgages and real estate. Let's chat about golf. So Brandon and I thought I was going to get into golf. And we went to this place called PXG. Shout out to Bob Parsons, PXG. This guy's a monster entrepreneur. But we went and I'm like, yo, Brandon, I think I'm going to get into golf because Brandon is an avid golfer. And we go and get tested for some PXGs. I'm like, dude, these clubs are like fire, man. So we scheduled an appointment to go and get fitted for these clubs. And I hadn't golfed in forever. And Brandon ends up dropping like $2,000 on clubs because I took him there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was, what a deal.
Did it change your game at all?
In the moment, no, because I was so bad at golf probably at that point. I'm still bad because I have a baseball swing.
Oh, hard. You want to hit this ball so hard. Is that a baseball swing?
No, I think it's just all in the motion.
Oh, okay. So your motion's not down. It's
I'm a lot of hips because I'm. So anyway, it gets weird. Slice the ball a little bit. So they adjusted the clubs so that it controls my slice a little bit. But
they adjusted on the spot when we went, or you got them readjusted?
No. Like that's what they fitted me for to figure out my.
Yeah, because we were there for an hour getting fitted.
Yeah,
you walked out with clubs.
Yeah, well, they had to make them.
That's special. Right. They had to make them custom.
So get my custom clubs. My my slice is a little bit fixed, but it's a lot in my non-traditional ugly swing. I fixed it that way. So I need to get a golf lesson, but I'm playing all right now, so I don't really want to.
As long as you're not in the woods every time you hit.
No,
that's me.
No.
And I was all about it. I was like, yo, you got to show up with PXGs. Or actually, it was we got to show up with PXGs.
Yep.
and then you ended up dropping two or three G's. And then at first you're like, they're not worth it.
Yeah.
But now you're a strong advocate. You would never use any other club because
Well, let's not get carried away.
Okay.
I'll use other clubs because, it's always, it's always changing.
Right.
Like right now my putter is an arm lock putter, and it goes all the way up to my elbow.
Oh, you're one of those guys.
And
so much control, man.
So much control, dude.
It's like you got to carry that thing on a separate bag.
Oh, yeah. It's huge.
You have a putter bag.
But it's like there was like a gimme's a club length from the hole from your putter. So my putter's super long now, so I get a lot more gimmies.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
That's legit.
Yeah.
So PXG is...
But PXG is a great club.
Yeah, amazing. And you wear your hat on the course too?
I did until it just got all these sweat stains, dude. All my hats just get sweat stains. Do you have one of those blue hard hat cleaners you put in the washing machine?
No. Does it work?
I thought so, but hats never come out the same after you wash them.
Oh, because of the threading and everything like that.
Yeah, it just never fits quite the same.
It's tighter, yeah. Does it get rid of like all the sweat marks though?
Kind of. On some hats, I have this gray Titleist hat that I love. I got to wear one time.
Washed it and it's done?
Yeah, because Arizona's just too hot,
what the
dude.
heck?
Everybody move out.
I know, it is so freaking hot. We're going into July right now and it's going to be 110 degrees almost every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be tough to golf, that's for sure.
I know, but that's when you get all the good practice in because you can play these badass courses for free,
Oh, yeah, it's like dirt cheap, right? The Phoenician, you
Yeah.
go for like $90.
Oh, dude. Wow. The Phoenician. I have a story for you.
Okay.
So there's this other realtor, and every year for his birthday, he does this golf tournament. Mm-hmm. It's called the Conrad Classic. And so he just has everybody that's probably ever been in his network, I feel like, attend this. And you do, every year it's at a different resort around the valley. And so last year was at the Phoenician, and there were probably 150 guys playing in this tournament. And it's a scramble, and people are just getting shit-faced all day in August. So it's still super hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
You're at the Phoenician, and then he blocks off just a block of rooms for everybody to get a room for the weekend.
Oh, nice.
So Saturday you play golf. Saturday night the wives and the kids all come. You go to the pool or whatever. There's usually a kid pool and an adult pool. So things get crazy over here, mellow over here. And then, dude, it's just a blast, and it's great for networking. I can't wait.
Wow. And this is a real estate agent that's crushing it? Like luxury real estate agent or just a guy who's...
Yeah, he's just a killer out there.
He's just a killer.
Yeah, but he's more focused, I feel like, in the Chandler area.
Okay.
That's where
Chandler, yeah.
But
he does the Phoenician. He comes all the way to Scottsdale for the Phoenician.
Well, yeah, and then they did Boulders the year before. So last year was the first year that I ever went. Mm-hmm. This year it's at the Biltmore.
Oh, nice. Okay, so he changes it all up.
Yeah,
but this is his event for people. How many people are there?
Last year there were 150, and then afterward, plus their wives and their kids come.
And he pays for all of it.
No.
Okay.
But he gets it at a discount.
That's an easy event then. Hey guys, I'm throwing an event. Yeah. Come to my event. You each owe me $1,000.
No. But it's for his birthday, and so it's so much fun. Dude, it's just like a party, and you just play golf.
Wow.
Get out and kind of relax.
Yeah, that would be fun. We need more events, man.
I know.
We need more events. COVID kind of stopped everybody from doing events.
I know.
And we need more
We should do a golf tournament.
We should. We've been talking about Top Golf for all of our clients.
Yeah.
Well, our one client.
Gina?
Man, we have been working so hard. Me and Brandon, we talk every single day, and we're always trying to throw business at each other, and we've worked with one mutual client.
No, that's not true. We've worked with a lot of mutual clients. They just haven't closed.
You're right.
Yet.
We haven't closed.
They'll be back.
And we worked with one client.
But what did we do different? We went the extra mile, went above and beyond, showed them all different routes to get
all
it done.
All of them.
Yeah.
It's just, what is the phrase? You can lead them to the water, but you can't make them drink it.
Yep.
And some of them, actually, funny story, as you already know, funny story is that when we first started real estate, we had some clients that were looking at $200,000 homes in Chandler. Guys, listen very closely. We had some clients that were on the lower end, FHA loans, looking for $250,000, $350,000 range. And they're telling us, no, these properties are not going to work for me. They're overpriced. I don't like it. Yeah. And, I showed some of our clients maybe 10 homes. You're calling me all the time. How'd it go? I'm like, man, I don't know. They're just so picky. The funny thing is those homes are probably 600,000 now, or 700,000. And, you know, it's not their fault because given the times, maybe some of those homes were overpriced. Nobody knew what was going to happen, but it was the best way to build wealth. These people, there's another story. And once again, I mean, you take it in your own personal life, but these people were on the lower end of scale of income, like $50,000 to $70,000. Like, I guess that's medium. And if they would have bought that freaking home and they would have sold it, they could have held it for 2 years so they didn't have to pay capital gains. They would have sold it.
Dude, it would have their life.
$200,000+ in their bank account.
Wow.
Cash.
Yeah.
Cash money.
Straight quiche.
Cash money.
Yeah.
And me and you, our job is just really to guide people, and that's what we do. We can't make them buy a home. But every time I talk to my clients, because, you know, you care about yours as well, we're just trying to guide them to drink the water. When you drink the water, trust us. Because Brandon, you own 2 or 3 homes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 or 3 homes. I own one in a prime location. So like my skill set is prime location. Your skill set is owning multiple homes and how to cash flow. So it's not like we don't have experience.
Yeah. 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 I mean, the goal at the end of the day is to educate people as much as possible to help them make the right decision.
Right.
Like it's an ever-changing market and things are never the same. Like that's what's so funny is people that want to, you know, and no hate, but like you want to bring your dad to inspections or you want them to look at the loan or whatever. And
yeah.
Things are not the same as when they bought their house.
That's right.
And that's why they're like, well, I need to know about why there's so many compounds. Like, what are these escrows? You know, like these are your property taxes.
Yeah.
And your homeowner's insurance. They're
I'm not trying to hide anything
what.
from you. Yeah. Someone like you, I'm not trying to hide anything.
Yeah. It's like
you.
I'm here to educate you.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times when people have a family member or a friend coming in, they're giving their experience from the one house that they bought.
That's true.
Right?
One house that they bought.
We do this every single day. You know, like we're your best advocate.
But not just that, like we own homes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of real estate agents and a lot of mortgage guys who don't actually own homes. If I go to a Ferrari dealership and I'm asking, this is me personally. If I go to a Ferrari dealership, which I go to all the time, I haven't purchased a Ferrari yet. But when I do, I'm going to go there. I'm going to ask who owns a Ferrari, which maybe some of them do, maybe they don't. But the sales guy is just a sales guy who's trying to get a commission, right? And he may know all of the knowledge of a Ferrari. Like he may know maintenance costs, all this, how much it's going to cost if you bring it to our shop, blah, blah, blah. But I want the raw gist of like, who owns a Ferrari? Dude, when did this Ferrari break down and how much did it cost you? I mean, those guys are going to be like, yo, December 12th, 19,
they're going to be like, don't 40, buy one.
Like this, the Ferrari blew a clutch and I had to pay $6,000. And I was like, how did that feel? He's like, dude, like I don't know, they wouldn't have 10,000 in their bank, but they're like 6,000 is a lot. So just be prepared for the maintenance. But dude, this is coming from a guy who has it in his garage, right?
Right. It's a little different.
And that's just me personally. Like
I'm such a big car guy. I could never buy a Ferrari.
You couldn't?
No, I don't think I could ever do it.
Well, I think it's just it's in my system.
I would drive one. I'd rent one.
I got to get it out of my system. Dude, when you drive
it's like buying an airplane.
You wouldn't buy an airplane either?
I mean, it'd be cool to buy, but then all year long,
the maintenance.
What? For what?
Insane. You got to be traveling.
Let me just take this Dodge down to Chrysler over here and get an oil change.
But my new thing is like never pay for your assets. Somehow, some way.
You've done a really good job at that.
You don't ever want to pay for your assets. So somebody's gonna rent
your
plane.
liabilities.
You know, I'm gonna become a pilot. Okay.
You're a slingshot. You are gonna do that?
I'm gonna do a pilot.
That'd be cool.
I don't know if I'm gonna get it done this year, but my goal is 2022.
Sick.
So maybe like when it gets cool.
I want to hold you to that.
So when I went
2022,
I'm gonna become a pilot.
Do you know what year we're in?
2022.
This year? You're gonna be a pilot?
Yeah, by December.
6 months.
Yeah. Okay, maybe I might trickle over a little bit, but I think I could get it done because when I do it, I'm going all in. But my moral of the story is when I went to go to pilot school, I checked it out. I went there.
You've already done this?
Yeah, I looked at it. I went up there to North Scottsdale.
What?
Yeah. So they have like an executive pilot school where you're like flying $1 million plane. It's still small, but it's very high class technology. And then they have a cheaper school where you're flying little Cessnas that are barely surviving in the sky.
Oh,
right?
They all fly the same though, right? Eventually.
You learn, right?
Yeah.
So you can learn off
Same
of either
controls.
one. But when I went to the higher end executive school, the planes that they have are privately owned.
Yeah, and so those dudes are doing Turo for planes.
Yes, the school doesn't own those planes. They're renting those planes.
So
check this out.
Make sense.
You buy a plane, give it to the school. They do their little pilots thing. You got a paid off plane. Theoretically, I don't know what the numbers are, but let's say half paid off. Half, it's maintained, it's paid off. It's your
They cover
plane,
all the maintenance costs and everything.
everything. They
And
have,
then they
they
rent it
have
from
to.
you
They're
each
teaching. They're teaching students how to fly.
What does it cost to get your license?
The executive is like 20 grand.
And you
then
can do that in 6 months.
The lower one, I think 3 months. Every day, like 3 times a day. You got to get hours in, and then you got to take a test, FAA test. And then once you get your test, then you're good to fly.
Wow.
But the lower one costs 10 grand, the little Cessna. And it varies because it's like, how long is it going to take you to, get all your hours in?
Yeah.
But the high-end planes, dude, they are sick. They got air conditioned, like diamond stitch. They got autopilot, like luxury.
Yeah.
And
they
then
land themselves.
If you go to the lower end school, the Cessna school,
Yeah.
if you want to rent this plane, the higher end plane, which is a Cirrus, it costs $6 grand on a transitional extra 4 to 8 hour course. It's called the transitional for you to learn how to fly that plane, right? So now you go from 10,000, then you want to rent the Ferrari plane. It's 6,000 to learn how to fly the Ferrari plane. Or you just learn how to fly the Ferrari plane, aka the Cirrus, and it's 20,000.
Why don't you just do the
high one, right?
No, do the basic for 10,000.
Do the basic,
pay 6,000 more, and then learn on the other one, and then now you have both.
Yeah,
for 16 versus 20.
Yeah,
save 4,000.
Yeah, it's
what
true.
The fuck?
Yeah, I know, right? I went into like the high end executive.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go big, but yeah, they're renting these planes are owned by other people. I have a buddy that's going to be on the podcast. He does Turo cars.
Yeah.
He has 8 Camrys, and he's making about 1,000 profit on each. So that's $8 grand each, and the car's getting paid off. So in a year, he's got all paid off Camrys, obviously a little bit higher miles, and he made $8,000 per month.
Just by renting Camrys to families?
Camrys to families. I love that. I love that, man. So yeah, I mean, there's so many opportunities to make money. I mean, diversifying. What are you diversifying in? Anything?
Nothing, dude.
Nothing.
I'm on pause. We're just hanging out, dude. We're gonna next month we're gonna go to Wyoming. We leave next week for probably the rest of the summer.
Really?
We're just trying to chill.
Yeah.
Like
I did that last year.
You went to Europe.
Yeah,
it's a
for
little
3
different.
months. Yeah. But still, I mean, the summers are ridiculous here, and everything slows down.
Over the heat.
My open house last weekend, I had 0 people. So
yeah.
It's a good time to leave because the market's weird.
Well, and plus I can work anywhere.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. COVID brought that to life, and that was great.
Yeah. Now you can just crunch.
Because things are so different now that you have a family. Like, it's like one day you're going to learn about this because it changes the way that you approach everything.
Yeah.
Having kids and stuff. So now being able to have that flexibility and go work from somewhere, like they don't get to see my parents or my side of the family as often as we see my wife's.
Yeah, in Wyoming.
Yeah. So we're going to be able to go spend, a month in Wyoming just hanging out with the grandparents.
Yeah. And
ditching the kids.
You're going to teach them their roots too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You have to.
But they love it.
Yeah.
Like Aiden, the 10-year-old, shot a 22 when he was probably like 7 or 6 maybe.
I love it. Just go out in the country and just
learn how to handle a gun.
Yeah.
Right? Like people, I feel like, people don't have these basic things that we learn in.
No, not in the city.
Podunk, Wyoming.
No, not in the city.
No, you learn hunter safety.
You get to go hunt your own food.
Yeah. Catch some fish. I mean, you could do that here.
That's true. Catch some fish.
Yeah.
Like a real wild man. Like they learn manhood as a kid.
Yeah.
They have to.
You have to.
Being from Illinois, it's the same type of thing, man. All my buddies were hunters.
Yeah.
I wasn't a hunter. I didn't wear camo, but they loved hunting season.
Just because you wear camo.
They loved hunting season. And then they wear their camo to school sometimes too. I'm like, why are you guys already dressed to go hunting? Oh, it starts at 4. I'm leaving school early, an hour early.
Dude.
They're hardcore, man. Deer hunting.
I was never really a big hunter. I don't have the heart for it. I love animals, and I love everybody. But
I don't want to kill him.
yeah, it wasn't for me, dude. I watched Bambi once, and it was over. I'm not doing that.
That's okay. I'm neutral.
All my friends though, like in the mornings, they would go bird hunting before school. So like
bird hunting?
Yeah, dude. Like
legal bird hunting.
Yeah, like goose.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay.
That was a big one. But so they'd wake up at like 4 a.m., go out to the blind and just kill a bunch of birds before school. Show up to school, just be like primed up and ready for a great day.
In their camo?
I think they'd probably take it off in the truck or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the truck.
Yeah.
Man, I had kids at my school. It was so funny because we got snow in Illinois. Man, when we had snow and there were snowbanks, these guys would ram their trucks up, and that's how they would park.
Gosh,
yeah, you remember those days?
Yeah, it's embarrassing. I did that.
You did? And then after school, they'd be like, hey, you want to go mudding? And I was like, what is mudding? Oh, they're going through cornfields and just tearing them up.
Oh, yeah.
Farmers are getting so pissed off. And then just their trucks are just caked in mud.
Oh, yeah. It was the look.
I was never a truck guy, but now I have a Jeep Gladiator, and now I know I'm like, dude, I want to go mudding.
Right.
Yeah.
You love it. You love it.
It's so fun. But where was I in high school? I was too like stuck up or something.
Were you stuck up, dude?
Yeah. I was like a jock. I was like, this is mudding. Come on. This is stupid.
Yeah. That's all we had in Wyoming were sports. So all of us played sports. All of us did like everything together. Small community. So like,
it's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best. You think you'll ever buy a property there?
Yes.
You will.
Yeah. I keep trying to convince my wife to move there.
Will you build, or are you just going to buy property?
Probably maybe build, because it's a lot older homes out there.
It'd be a nice getaway. You know, it'd be really cool is if you had your pilot's license, you could just take off here.
I know you got me all fired up talking about these planes.
Just take off and you can just land, dude. How cool would that be?
But how many people does that small plane hold?
It would hold two adults. It could hold 4 adults, but probably 2 and 2. You'd have to buy this plane called this Vision Jet. Yeah. For all you pilots out there, it's I
can't even sit in the same row as my family.
It's like $2 million, man. It's pricey.
Yeah, like if we
you could fit your whole family though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, 7. So
7.
We're good.
Especially if they're kids.
Yeah, well, they're not gonna be kids forever.
That's true. You could fit maybe 4 adults and 2 or 3 kids.
Yeah,
dude.
I guess you better get your license. I'll hire you.
Yes. That's another thing. Private pilot. My wife is like, you have so many hobbies that don't make you money. I'm like, that's not true because I'm going to make money from all of these hobbies.
Yeah.
Owning the cars, Turo, pilot's license. I can fly people private. But I've heard like if you're flying charter, you're readily available. Oh, I have a story for you. Going into the pilots. Okay, so we were in Greece last year, okay? I met this guy, Ryanair. Ryanair is the Allegiant Air of Europe for everybody that doesn't know. And this guy, his name was Dickie, awesome guy. He was on vacation with his wife in Greece, and we like shared this pool. Like we all had our own little, the Greek little huts, and then we shared this pool. And Dickie flew for Ryanair, and we all were making fun of him. Ryanair sucks because it's the Allegiant. The seats don't go back. It's worse than Allegiant, actually. Oh. But it's a great hopper flight, right?
Yeah.
So I was just talking to him about getting pilot's license and all this stuff. And then he told me one of his buddies is a charter pilot for a Prince of Dubai. And the Prince of Dubai hates to fly. That rhymed. The Prince of Dubai hates to fly. This pilot is on salary for the Prince of Dubai, and he doesn't even fly. He's got like 2 planes. So the guy's on salary and never flies the guy.
What? Dang.
How do you like that?
How did he get connected with the Prince of Dubai?
Exactly. Well, he lives in Dubai, I think. But he
was just like,
and he has a pilot's license
in all the land.
Probably.
Jeez.
And that Prince of Dubai has him on reserve.
Just paying a retainer.
Retainer, bro.
Wow.
How you like that?
I don't. I need
so the guy's getting paid, right? And then he probably has his own plane, and then he just flies for fun. And then
what if the prince calls while he's out on a trip?
Exactly, and that's part of it. If when you're flying charter, you have to be readily available at any time for these rich guys. Anytime. It would be fun for a while, but like, man, I could get a call right now and I'd have to, go fly. And then I'd be like, yo, I'm in Miami but normally,
you're not enjoying it. You're not out in the pools like.
Well, normally
you're just waiting for your client.
Normally, you're not going to fly anywhere not fun. If you're flying with a rich guy.
You're just like getting ready. You're doing pre-check, getting ready to fly somewhere else.
Pre-check, yeah. But then that guy is probably staying at that location for a few days. So then I get to chill,
Yeah.
I mean, you see Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone has his own pilot. That he has a young kid. I've actually met him before. His name's like Ryan Seiko.
Really?
Really cool dude. Yeah, he's a really cool dude. He's actually from here. He got his pilot's license in Mesa. I was chatting with him.
No way.
Yeah, it was at an event. It was super cool, and he just loves it. And he's now doing business with Cardone. I mean, he was like one of the first guys, and Cardone's like, "Hey, I'm going to buy, a jet."
Yeah.
And then Ryan, who's sitting,
watch how I ride this
who's
jet
already,
off.
yeah, he's already sitting in the office, and it's like, "Hey, I can fly this plane full time." So he became like business partner / pilot. That
Business partner?
business
He partnered up with
like,
Grant.
yeah, like business partner
Wow.
/ pilot. And now I don't even think he's his pilot anymore.
Dang.
I know. It's just all about opportunity, but
Yeah.
putting yourself in the right spot.
Yep.
Right. So like pilot could be the right spot because you're gonna have conversations. You're gonna be stuck with.
Especially if you're a private pilot, you're gonna meet some.
So I'm already using my head, man.
I know you gotta.
And I'm in it because I'm. You know what? I may show up day one of being a pilot, and I might not even like it.
You like to fly though.
I like to fly, but do I?
You like to drive.
Do I like pre-check? I don't know. Marking all these things, I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like
like
I think
it's not like starting a car. It's like you're there for 30 minutes doing a pre-check. But I think you can do it on an iPad, so it's at least like digital.
Yeah, it's modern.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see if it's fun. I'll do another podcast once I.
Why wouldn't it be fun?
It would be fun. I mean, just maybe the maintenance and the pre-checks and like all this other stuff is what is not sexy about it. But
yeah, there's plenty
truly
of not sexy things
being
about
in
everything.
control.
Yeah,
is awesome.
Flying a plane.
I know.
Dude,
I can't
have you
wait.
watched the new Top Gun movie?
No, I haven't. I need to see that.
I haven't either, but I watched the old one again last night.
You did?
Dude, I love that movie.
We got to watch the new one. I know. There's a new movie called with Adam Sandler. That's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Have you watched it?
Hustler?
Hustle, yeah.
Yeah, Hustle.
Wow.
Amazing.
Dude.
Amazing.
I cried.
You
swear.
did? I know. I almost did too. It's like perseverance.
Oh my
to
gosh.
the max.
Dude,
Amazing.
Wow. That is a great movie.
It was amazing.
But what pisses me off is LeBron is a producer or what?
Was he a producer?
Yeah, and he wasn't even in
I
it.
didn't
Like,
even do
get in the
anything.
movie, dude.
Yeah. Put yourself in there, man. Even
something.
Mark Cuban.
It's a basketball movie.
Mark Cuban had a little role in there.
Yeah. I mean, Trae Young, there were a lot. Dude, there were so many athletes in there. I loved that.
I know. It was great. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. It's incredible inspiration. My wife told me to watch it. I watched it. A guy who came from nothing. Coaching, we don't have to get into coaching, but man, it's just all about having the right people in your corner, you know? Dude, I'm so glad that we met 2 years ago.
I know.
We've done one deal, but we've had so many things going on. And
I know. And I got PXG clubs.
PXG clubs. Great relationship.
All because of it. Yeah, dude.
Talk about real estate. Everything, man.
Yeah. When we're irritated.
What was that?
Like if I'm irritated, I'll call you and you'll just listen.
Dude, the feds are out of control. I'm like, dude, the open house, I had 0 people. But
right.
Every day is a grind. Every day, keep at it. I hope we motivated you guys. Friendships, sticking around the right people, all of that good stuff is what helps you guys become successful. Dude, it was a pleasure. Awesome having you on here. I know you were nervous at first, but I'm glad that we knocked this out. Yeah. You guys hit up Brandon. He's in the description below. Tell him can they find you? What's your Instagram?
Brandon.Childs.
Brandon.Childs. I'm posting that TikTok link below. It is hilarious. Check it out. Yeah. You guys, thanks for tuning in. Until next time, we'll see you later. This is Exotic Agent Podcast. Peace.